Hello everyone, my name is Luisa Fernanda Arias Pisa. This is the Task 3 Assessment Strategies for Learning in E-Learning Model for the Material Designs for Face-to-Face Environment course for the Bachelor's degree in English as a Foreign Language. First, we are going to talk about E-Learning Model. E-learning education has been growing and developing through the years. This model of education involves all the information and communication technology, as we know as ICT. When learners decide to choose this online environment learning model, they are challenging and taking out of the box of traditional education and developing a lot of skills in the e-learning environment. This model gives to the students self-awareness about their learning, also give control in what, when, and where they learn. With this, they develop a lot of skills like reflection skills, planning skills, study skills, search skills, application skills, self-evaluation skills, cognitive and metacognitive skills are very critical and successful for the e-learning environment. But what about assessment? We already talked about self-evaluation. Let's talk about what is an assessment. Assessment is the process of gathering information on what students know based on their educational experience. According to these results, teachers are typically used to identify areas where they need improvement or they are ensure that the course contents are learner and theirs are okay. What is the purpose of this assessment? This purpose depends of the type of what we want to evaluate or improve in our students. We have right now these two types, formative assessment and summative assessment. Formative assessment is through the course. It's not, we don't have a time when we say we are going to evaluate, but we evaluate through the way, in the way, right? In here said, students outcome in classrooms to improve. In every class, we do a formative assessment because we want they to learn and be attentive about the self-assessment or self-evaluation we talked before. What about summative? Summative, like it name says, is like at the end of the course. It's at all the topics we watched before. Some characteristics are summative assessments are learning outcomes evaluations, assess learning outcomes, learning quality and performance is cumulative and occurs after teaching, is very formal, it has grades, it has less frequent than formative assessment, usually has high stakes assessments, is compatible with formative assessment, and it's like the final project or exam paper. Now, we have, after these two definitions, we have the assessment strategies for e-learning model, right? We have, for example, online quizzes, we have easy questions, we have online interviews, game type activities, peer evaluation and review, forum posts, surveys, self-assessment, problem-solving case studies. And Right now, with this pandemic, we learned a lot of these strategies and how to use it with our students. For example, we have online quizzes and we have the tool Google Forms, quizzes, another another tools that we use in class to do some questions or short questions, and the students have to give us the answers. Like that is for quizzes. Easy questions, we can do it in the classroom, or we can do it like a forum post. We have to give them questions and say them to share their opinions about that in the forum or in a meeting, in a web conference with their peers. Online interviews is when we evaluate our students through video chats or to video calls, right? The other one is game type activities. These game type activities is more for the kids that are in primary or in preschool, right? Because they are attached or they always are asking for some different strategies, and with this strategy we can catch their attention with the game type activities. Peer evaluations and review. In here we have like we can do it here, this strategy with the forums, like in the questions when we say to the students that they have to give some comments to their partners if they are agree or disagree, and giving them according to their decision is agree or disagree, they are going to find consist topics that say that involve why are they agree or disagree. Surveys. Well, the surveys is like after reading, like reading chapters, books, tales, um, articles. They can do these surveys telling about what they feel about that, if they agree with the topics of the articles and that. Self-assessment. This is very important in the e-learning model because we give to the students the opportunity to do the self-assessment, to look to look them and say what they learned, if they learned well, if they organize their schedule and give all the attention to the activities, and if he or she involved in the topic, participates on time, and this gives them skills skills and opportunity to do better in the future if it went wrong. Another one is problem solving case studies. This is very important because with these case studies, we can put the topics in a real situation, in a real life situation, and they have to think and choose and look what they can choose to solve this problem, but based on the theory they learn in the units they saw. Another one is rubric assessment. Like at university here, we have this one, rubric assessment. This rubric assessment, it works when you send a learning model, when you have an e-learning model. Why is this? When you give this rubric template to the students, they know what they are going to evaluate, right? And they have to pay attention to each part of the rubric, and according to the indications there, they have to give the best of them uh, be aware every time to the activities they have to do or to the online meetings they have, right? According to this rubric, they are going to have the grades. If he do on time, if he did with good work, good linguistic rules, according to the linguistic rules. So this rubric is very important because at the end of the course or through the, when they have the rubric, they have to pay attention of the rubric and look. And if it has and also shows the highest and the lowest points, right? So it's very important, this rubric, and it's very clarifying the things a teacher wants that day to learn. Well, this is all about the assessment strategies for learning in e-learning model. Now we have this question time. We have 5 questions and you are going to answer according to what you listen in the before topic. The first one, what benefits the e-learning model brings to students? Explain what the rubric consists of, how what consists of and how it is used. With your words, define what is assessment. What type of assessment is used in the e-learning model? Mention 3 assessment strategies and explain it. So these are the questions. You can answer it, and that's all. These are the reference. Thank you.